All right, so I'm about to head off to school, and I wanted to finish off this next piece of the fitness course. In general, we left off it. In general, it really is my transition word. I need to change that. Linguistics. We need to head into read, speak every day, and write. That's another topic. But in general, we look we looked into exercising and consistency and what I did, what I was going through to keep moving. I started off wanting to be as strong or stronger and compete with my brothers in Lackawanna High School. But I might have to cut that out. But I just couldn't stay on it. Somewhere along my self-improvement journey, I moved to a different school in North Carolina called Overhills High School. And the same thing happened because some dudes were threatening to fight me. And it was just because I was trying to be friends with them. Long story short, it was over some shoes that I complimented one of them on. And it really got me thinking that I need to know how to fight. I know these boxing basics, but then I don't want to search for a video, do a tutorial, and blah, blah, blah. So I did it. I grabbed the rice bag, punched it, and did my punches naturally. I did everything naturally. I started off and I went in and I did everything that I wanted to do on my own naturally. I punched the bag, whatever combo I had, and I went in again and again. I pretended to run back and forth, and I took what my best friend Pete said, my brother, and to move in circles. And I constantly had my arm up like this, hours at a time. Yeah, I would go consistently for a week and then I'd slow down for a couple days. Consistency for a week, slow down. It's like a wave, up and down, up and down. And I kept moving until I grew my consistency to the point where it would start to become secondhand nature. And I really love this. And as I told you, I'd go home and I'd watch my favorite things, and it was like a miracle because as soon as I finished everything I had to do in the morning, matter of fact, let me show you my schedule. As soon as I had to finish everything that I did in the morning, I'd eat a massive meal. And then I'd go back and watch my favorite show. One thing mainly because I had nothing else to do in the day. So I was like, all right, this is my break for now. And this is what I was doing. And that's where I started. I really loved that because it was so simple and it was so fun. Everything that I had, everything that I did, it was all within a sort of balance. You see, my old schedule is here. I don't know if the camera angle is really good, so I'm just gonna have to read the Quran. That's just me transferring footage. You see the camera angle? Oh, you can't really see the book that well. How to sell. I need to screenshot this, but I learned how to sell. And here it is. Everything I could sell and everything I could do. I was rewatching Clemson University around 8 to 9 times. I mean, look at the camera. And this is the schedule I was on. Wake up what was that voice crack? 4:50, 5:45, awakening, pray, meditate, snack, motivation. I had some Ritz crackers or something. Begin my exercise, train, meditate, snack, or I eat, enlightenment plan, clean the house, exercise, fight again, pray, meditate, fight, exercise, and enlighten or twos, do something that creates money. Pray, meditate, create twos, pray, enlighten, create twos. So that's free. It was my simple starter schedule. Bedtime, sleep. And that's what I had from 5:45 to 9:25. This was my schedule. I had to make sure you guys see it as well. And I had these little check boxes. I need to show you guys my habit tracker because that really helped me a lot. And I'm going to build it up again once I finish creating these videos for you guys. But that was my habit tracker, and that was everything that I built. Of course, now I'm on distribution. But yeah, you got a plan to get where you want to be. That's where I started off. And I loved it without realizing it was the simplicity that I would want to get back. Although it's the simplicity that I have now that I don't realize. It's the things that you don't realize that you have when you're doing it that you really, really, really don't want to let go. And you take it for granted once you leave. Because once I left that place, I left a home. That was what it felt like to live on my own and be productive for the first time in my life. I take care of Ace sometimes. Yeah, it made it hard, but sometimes I just learn and do something new. I have Ace in my arm, and me and him would just sit there and watch the show, Cowboy Bebop, where he'd just fall asleep. Hunter x Hunter, someone would come watch him. And like I said, I had my favorite meal, and everything was going good in life. Until eventually, God took it away. God said, you have this, and now you have to move on. It doesn't last forever. And if you want it to last forever, you have to do something to maintain it. Obviously, I was doing nothing. I lost a lot of my money because my mom needed help with the rent. And we moved. That's where we left off. And that's what I'm trying to build as well. Something like that where everyone could just start. Even though I was watching a bunch of anime, even though I was listening to some music here and there, although I think I was cutting it out, even though I relapsed, this really started after the relapse, though. My whole tick list schedule that I have to refill out started after I relapsed, and I said, all right, if I do that again, I'm giving up on life and everything. I never give up on anything again. Addiction, anything. I have to look forward or I go back to the beginning. And I never want to go back to that dark, lonely place in North Carolina. Yeah, I know I had my worst nights there, but it was overall my best experience. I think I could understand what Andrew Tate was talking about when he was talking about jail. Just some things that you know you're not supposed to do and you don't want to do, but you just have to do it. You start off somewhere and you do it in the moment, and it's so calm and relaxing. It's what I built. It's the foundation I laid down, and it's the time it took. Because this took some months. This was in the summer. We moved, and I got into the online school, so that's how I'm able to be here today. And we got here. And like I said, I almost ran away. I'm going to make a separate video on that. But I continued my exercising until I reached Jamaica. And Jamaica is, I think, the next part of the story. But in general, I wanted to tell you, it's okay if you're not going to be the number one competitor on day one. That's like you building a building, a house, with just 2 planks. You have to get the rest of the planks. You have to put them down in order and take the months to build it. My body didn't just build overnight. Yeah, okay. When I first started, I started to look strong, but I still had a bunch of fat on me. It's officially my 5th month. Yesterday was the 25th. That was my diet anniversary. I'm calling it my lifestyle now because that's what it is. This is a lifestyle. It's the same thing I'm going to teach you in the diet. It's the same thing I'm going to teach you in the self-improvement. It's the same thing I'm going to teach you in the willpower. This is just how you live your life. That's how I live mine. I found a balance in things that I could do. Mainly, I did the hard things first, and then I left the rest of the day off to learning or just watching my favorite shows and comforting myself, maintaining everything else. Even though I couldn't contact Dejan or get a bunch of people and have them to think and do, it was really me by myself in my own little world. and no one can really disturb me. So as me, with the personal experience, teaching you this, find a comfortable schedule and just do it. You won't even realize it, what you're doing. Every now and then you stop and you have your one thing because you're probably not ready to give up anime yet, or you don't see it as that much of an issue. You're on the right path. As I always say, you just need to remove the side quests. I'm getting a call. I hope you have a good day. And I hope you take this and use this. You do the hard things first in an earlier time. And you have to add on. I didn't add on, but I slowly did. I meditated. I fell asleep almost every single time. And I just kept going. Because I wanted to start. I wanted to do something. They said you can work at every point in time. Which means that you can do that too. You just have to try. So once you put a bunch of things down and you start doing them, and then you realize you have a bunch of time, that means you need to find other things to do. The easiest thing to do is just add on another obligation. If you are striving pain and suffering, and that means your life is not pain and suffering anymore. It's too easy. You had to exercise and everything was good, but once I came after that, I had nothing to do. So, add on something there. That's what I would have given myself as advice back then. And that's what I would give advice to you. Add on something to what you already have. And then you have yourself a start.